Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Just concluded our squad versus Bulls matchup, and now we're moving on to something a little bit more spicy. We've got Singularity up against For the Win Esports, and I would hesitantly say this could be looking like more of a closer affair. Should be getting the veto very soon, but before, we'll talk about yesterday's games. So, For the Win, they played against CC Ofgum or Offlum. I don't know how to pronounce that, but they played Dust 2 and Ancient, and I think it was a two map affair, winning both of those. From my research, they look to not have the most experience on Mirage and Overpass, so we might see those removed into the veto, but they seem to be okay with your Ancients, Infernos, Nukes, floating even Dust 2, so yeah, seems like a pretty nice Spanish squad. They do have two new players from Aghil and Story. I think Story is a player that I've covered before. Didn't have the best of performances in his previous teams, but we know he's an outstanding player, so could be looking to these players to step up. And then on the other side, we have Singularity. This is a team that most of you be familiar with. They have players like Seas, Dilladez. Of course, Guardian did leave very recently, so I think they're still kind of recovering and finding their footing from obviously the impactful player that Guardian was. But yesterday they played Bulls, the team from the previous game. I think it was a best of three, ending up on Dust 2 after playing Nuke and I forget the first map of that one, but we know they like to float Nuke and Dust 2, perhaps removing Vertigo and Inferno. And yeah, the new players for the Singularity squad are Celta and Kise, or Kis. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that one either, but yeah, two new players for each of these squads. A lot of question marks coming into this tournament, especially from Singularity. I think they've kind of fallen from grace, especially with Guardian taking a step back. You can kind of see the squad not really looking like they're performing to the best of their ability, but that's understandable with the recent form. Seized, of course, seasoned player, legend of the game, will be IGLing that squad, and hopefully you'll get some good performances out of Dilladez and Klax, who we know can perform. Yeah, turning back to the Spanish organization for the win. Again, two new players, a lot of question marks for both of these teams coming in. I'm sure, they might try and throw some spanners into the works with the map pool, because when you have two new players, you can really kind of reform yourselves. You can kind of sit down, have a conversation about how you want to approach the game, how you want to veto, and I guess we're going to see how they want to veto already. Let's hop in and see what's gone on. So there's the initial ban of Mirage. That was expected coming from For the Win. Not a big fan of the most played map in the map pool right now, at least in Pugs. Ban of Vertigo, of course, from Singularity, expected again. First pick, I would expect an Ancient, maybe an Inferno. There we go. It is actually Ancient. A go-to for the win. They did pick it into CCO yesterday. Now it will be Singularity's first pick, and that'll be Overpass. Interesting pick. They do like to float it. Don't have the most experience with it, but of course, when you're a new squad, it's going to be a new map pool for all intents purposes. And then we've got Ban of Inferno. Fair enough. I think that's lending itself to Singularity's recent Inferno experience through ESEA tournaments and stuff. So just trying to ban into what your opponent's not good at. Ban of Dust 2, and that of course leaves a Nuke to finish things out. We'll see the lovely graphic. There you go. The decider if we get to it. So your 3 maps are going to be Ancient, Overpass, and Nuke. Interesting pick from Singularity. It wasn't one that I was expecting. But at the same time, with the new squad, you're still kind of trying to get a feel for the map pool, trying to find out where you feel comfortable and how you want to approach the game with the new squad that you have. Of course, Nuke being the decider is an interesting one. I think both teams are okay to float it, and I think if Singularity can push it to a third map, they've definitely got a strong chance of taking this one away. But it really does depend on what 2 versions of these teams will get today. I think FTW are technically ranked higher, but you know what? In this kind of tournament, it doesn't matter who's ranked higher. It doesn't matter what you bring into it. With 2 new players and the lack of experience that these squads have playing together, anything can happen. Should be hopping into the game literally at any moment, and it will be Ancient to open things up. Again, FTW have played this yesterday, and I think they won fairly handily, so should be expectant with an FTW win. But like I said, Singularity, experienced squad, got some really good players, and we should see an exciting matchup. There we go. And hopping straight into the game. So Singularity on the CT side, expectant. They do have a kit on Clax, 2 smokes, in fact. Seized and Claxed will don those. Fairly heavy stack over towards the A site. It's not too unorthodox from what we saw, and for the win, they're going very heavily in middle. Smoke and flash on Diaz, but the rest of the players just donning bits of armor. Interesting. Dillas with an opener in top middle. Arrows Dose trying to sell the fake, but you can see that smoke is timely. He's trying to lock things down. He's being pressured and being wrapped on. Oh, the timing. Story. He could be so lethal here, but he only gets 1. Now Ujerks left in a 1-on-4. Not ideal. Still taps down Seized. Connecting onto the second. No kill just yet. Oh, dinks them both down. They're so low. He needs to lock them in. 5 bullets. 4 now. 3 and unable to do anything more for the win. Get a plant, but Singularity pick up the round. Nice idea from both teams. I think Singularity going for that lurk around A. Okay, just checking the changing of the defusal there. Again, Singularity opening the round, not too unusual, but I like the setup. Could have been very risky with Story there. If he got another kill, maybe even the last 2 kills up towards that B long area, that would have been the round done for, but not to be. We move forward. It will be a 4 spy from for the win. That's not unheard of. You have the plant. You can get some AKs. They've gone for SMGs here, so interesting buy. Singularity using a lot of utility to start the round. Oh, for the win, they're just going to execute straight to this B site. Delta escaping, giving them access. Looks to be 5 versus 5 in the post plant if there's no connection of bullets through the smoke. Yes, with a lot of space. A lot of space gained over towards long. CT side, tough task ahead to retake this bomb site, but keeping bedroom and cheater control does give them an opportunity. Singularity planning their approach, throwing the util out. A lot of players very low from both of these squads here. Aki taking down Stelter in bedroom, but Dilladez through the back lines. That's going to be killer. Both of these team players very low. And there you go. Time ticking down. Has it gone too far? I think it has. Unfortunate. Singularity are going to drop the second round, even though they got all the kills required. Just a bit too slow on the approach. And for the win, steal one away. Well, what do you do with that one now? Back and forth. Dilladez did lock in the back lines, and it's just unfortunate that they can't make their way up a bit quicker. We're going to enter the force buy wars now. This is a tough spot for both squads. For the win with a slight advantage, I'd say. Ooh, A aggression. Now that you spotted 2 players there, what's your approach for the win? You know you have space, probably around middle. They're just going to walk along. Smoke's fading. Dilladez, the timing on this is going to be key. Doesn't get punished for it. And things start to calm down for the win. Just keeping things slow. They are just walking across. We've basically had it around the world at the 1 minute mark. Singularity, trying to suss out where this hit's going to come from. You can see the B executes come through, seized with 2 fantastic kills, and that's going to lock down the site. Makes things so hard for the win. Do answer 1 back, but Dilladez with 2 of his own, and that's completely petered out this attack for the win. They might have stolen the 2nd round away, but the 3rd will remain in Singularity's hands. Unless Diaz has anything to say about it, but you can only pick up 1, and that'll be some upgraded rifles for Singularity moving into the 4th round. I like the approach from for the win. If they can, you know, stop the winning streak of Singularity, if they can put 2 together here and rock the CT side economy in that 4-spy war, then you can absolutely run away with things. The T side of Ancient isn't easy, so taking risks early on is definitely worth it, but not going to work out this time. And now they're on a deco buy. 2 players. Clax instantly traded 1 for 1, and you can see the A site is crippled for the time being. The rotations do come through, but it might be an over-rotation. The bomb, though, needs to be retrieved. There you go. Picked up, and now it's anyone's game. Oh, Arrows Dose. Picking 1 up, and that does make things a bit awkward. Now the CT side, despite having a firepower advantage, doesn't have the man advantage, and that's probably going to sell the fake even more. Kise needs to win that one. Ideal will fall, and there you go. Dilladez cleaning things up. You might have thought he could have got caught off guard with the contact being made on A, but no, he's too experienced for that. 3-1. All right, now things start calming down. Singularity can extend their lead. Shouldn't be any more forced by antics. Nice shots from the Deagles, but in the end, it's all for naught. So, hot start to the game. Starting to slow down now. Singularity find their footing. That's going to be a lot of steps heard. Clax and Keith need to lock things down. Oh, okay, that's a 1-for-1 trade. The bullets are running out for Clax. Transfers to the USB. Try and spam down, and oh, he's locked it down. Done it all pretty much on his own. There is a bomb plant, though, for the win, and that's a 1 situation. You know, they might not have won the round, but they get a kill. Knock down Clax very low and get a bit of money in their pocket to boot, and you can see straight into the full bite. They have all the bells and whistles now. Nice headset play from Clax. 4K in the round. It might have only been pistols, but that could have been a lot worse than it was. Deep door smoke on the B site from Singularity. Running through the flames in middle are the counterpart players. Dilladez aggressive through bedroom. And you can hear all that info is going to be passed along by Arrows. Being caught off guard by C's, the experience coming through. Dilladez doubling up. And the DS combo strikes, taking away so much info and even 2 men. How do you approach this now for the win? What's the plan of attack? How are you going to make up the difference? Seems like they're going for some middle aggressions, but you can see Seized and Dilladez. Oh, Seized actually going for more, then falling back after making initial contact. And because of that, you can see how wary for the win. Story even mollying that side of the map off. He was low, so you don't blame him for it, but just nice heads-up play, honestly, from the CT side. Being aggressive. Diaz not catching the timing. Dinked up in the process, and Siege doesn't even need to come to help. 5-1. Moving forward, past round 6. Unless Story can do something miraculous. You can see the instant reaction from Singularity from that contact, and Story has no choice but to concede, save the AK going into the next, and we'll be able to have a smoke and a flash. But that's about the story for that round. Nice strong start from Singularity. Seized calling a very aggressive CT side, and I think for the win. Unfortunate not to win those 4 spy wars. Just try and take the duels, and it's just not going to work out for them. Early engagement towards A. If Diaz could connect there, that would be worrisome for Singularity, but again, it's not going to work out in their favor. Slowing things down, waiting out the CT side utility, but Story gets things down. Dylan Des with aggressions. This is manageable, like very well managed from Singularity. I'll say that. At least for the time being. With this regroup over towards A, could be talking about a different story, but that's a timely smoke. That's perfect. Might be a gap towards it. Story. There's a player right next to you, and C's will come out on top. The timing's just not matching Singularity right now, and you can see for the win. Desperation play through the smoke. Clacks. We'll hear the clickety clack of bodies on the floor as he drops them 6-1. All right, for the win, they back into a bye. It's not all over and done with just yet. Clacks. With a nice little highlight there to close things out. But for the win, they are looking out of rounds to reach past the halfway point of the first half. CT side. Pressures towards A. Villatez on an island, but he's not scared at all. There's an AWP opener in middle, boosting over the smoke. Nice idea again. Akil with an opener towards ramp, and that will help if they compounded behind that. They could have trapped Dilladez into bedroom, but Singularity allowed to reposition, allowed to make holes in their own defense, and you can see for the win. They're repositioning. They even spot the corner of Clacks out. It's so low, put on watch. Nice flashbang, but again, for naught. For the win. They take a lot of middle control. Clacks tries to get a Molotov just before they get through the choke point. But it's a bit too late, and that's the A site falling. Singularity gonna have to forfeit this round. Nice idea from For the Win, realizing that there is going to be a gap somewhere from that opening. And they just exploit it perfectly. Dilladez opener with, well, closer with the AWP, I should say. Just trying to keep hold of the weaponry. Right now, it's so awkward because Singularity, they got off to a hot start. They can buy into the next 2 rounds. But for the win, that's a round showing that they can take advantage of the holes in the defense if they can get some opening kills. Well, there's your 5-round streak. halted. Oh, not even a boost through the smoke, just the smoke down the stairs from the CT side. Nice idea from Kiso. I'm sure I'm going to get him DMing me on Twitter that I'm saying his name wrong. I apologize. It is what it is. Aradose, though, gets an opener onto Seized, and that's going to halt the aggressions. That's an opener for the win, and this is where they can run away with things. Again. Oh, spots Diaz through the gap. And that will help level the playing field. 4 versus 4. Still on an island. Interesting. Alright, Ejects. Single smoke over towards B. Going to try and fake things out. Does seem like the attack is going to be forming towards A. Achille, you can see at the front with the bomb. Aradose. Going to be executing the smokes over the top. So much space being taken. Clax, though, he's ready for this. Smokes off Donut. That's only really Clax to lock things down. He gets taken out straight away. That's unfortunate. Achille still has the smoke, but trying to take some fights.
Bomb has been planted.
3 versus 3 on the retake. Singularity waiting for this flank to come in from Diladez, but time is ticking down. You can see he starts to get a move on. Not being heard so far, but Achille is aware of it, and the rest of this retake is very slow. Nice molly. That was Achille out. Celta collects that one. 3 versus 2, time is ticking down very low. No smokes from the CT side. So they're just going to have to brute force it. Sticking, spray, come through. Yute with the first, and just barely sneaks it through under the watchful eyes of his Orpa Diladez. That's a really big round to win from Singularity. 7-2, and that really puts the pressure on for the win. They will be able to buy into the next, but man, what a round. Should not have gotten away with that. Does seem as though that's done more than rock confidence again. There is a pause coming through. Kisei, nice up shots at the end there. Gotta commend him. He is one of the new players as well, so you're really looking to him to kind of stand up. But yeah, small tech pause. Hate to see a team lose for technical reasons. But yeah, what do you guys at home make of this matchup so far? For the win with some nice ideas. There we go. Unpause. Technical problems dealt with. You can hop straight back into the action. 7-2 for the win with some nice ideas, like I was saying. Gotten some bomb plants. Really pressured. Being told there were some sound problems from the players, so big part of the game actually sound, especially on Ancient. You can hear sound cues from Donut for A, and that's why you can see Singularity having a very nice approach. A, oh no, for the win. They're able to trade out effectively with Diladez, but that could have gone very wrong. You can see the instant reaction there. Celt's taking a lot of space towards ramp and the smoke off as well, so they've put a weird divide on the map. You can see the T side separated from each other. Now, the T side can just wait out these smokes, but that replenishments, apologies, is going to make things a little bit harder. Story rattling some shots through the smoke. Delta needs to win that. There you go. Oh, and the second through the smoke. That's unfortunate. Singularity just winning the fights that they need to do there, though. Will answer back for 1. 2 versus 3, still doable. 50 seconds to work with. Arrows Dorset smoking off the other side of the site. It will buy enough space for a plant unless it dies through the smoke. You can see the spam and the nade come through. But the smokes are going to fade. Oh. Look at what's occurring. There's the rotation back towards the A site. But Kisei, off in middle, is going to catch the bomb. That's such heads-up play for the win. try and take a big gamble, a big risk to win the round, and it doesn't pay off for them. So unfortunate. 8-2 though for the win again. Nice position, but I don't know. That's a rough one right there. Oh, it was a team kill. I didn't even catch that. Just to remind everyone at home, this is a for the win map pick. The CT side of Ancient is the favorable side, however, so you can't put too much stock into the scoreline right now. For the win, 2 rounds, have a couple more opportunities. Alright, jostling for middle control, but this side not contesting really right now. For the win, are fine to just sit back and outweight this utility. It has expended a lot from Singularity, so not going to be able to retain all of this map control. Villadez trying to spot through the gap in the wood. Oh, Celta pushing through his own teammate's smoke, and that's going to send for the win the other direction. 2 players towards A, need to lock things down. Plax and Kise, the AWP here. Oh, they are falling back and being tagged up through the smoke. They're going to forfeit so much space. They're saying, we have the man advantage, we're going to give you sight and just retake. They don't have the utility to hold this off, which is the reason for this position. And there you go, the AWP has extended their man advantage. So for the win, not out of the waters just yet. They do get a bomb plant. It's tense. Seized, leading the way. Spots out the first player. Patient, and oh, that's an untimely push. All 3 players from For the Win unable to do anything, and that's 5 players up for Singularity. So you can see Kise already up to $10,000. That's going to be increased even more. Siege will join him. Villadez almost there, as well as Celta. So Singularity really seemed to run away with things past that initial risky part of the matchup. Flash entry from Klax. Almost everyone from Singularity chiming in with that retake. So really nice idea from them. They could have, initially fought off that take, but just decide to fall back and retake as a team together. Celta through the wood of the B site just rips Diaz out of the server, and he's not even been able to play. 2 for 12. Suffocating for the win players right now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Klax, though, he's taken so much space away from this A site. There's so much space taken away. The second kill, that would have been key. Celta, though, replenishing his teammate's position and will pop up another smoke. Arrows Dorsey taking a lot of space in middle, but look at the play he's sitting in the smoke. And Kise with a quick adjustment. Just Story now, one of the new additions, only a month on the roster. Has it all to do. Seized. Oh, outplayed, outbrained. 10-2 for the win. Not able to do anything more. Round 13 for the win. Only affording, well, they could go for a force, but I was expecting. Oh, there you go. There's the initial kill. Story returning onto Klax. Kise, nice adjustment again. Seized. Speckle kills, but you can see the half-buy coming through from For the Win. Really at the point where they just need to start winning rounds. That is the reason for the situation right now. Oh, pushing through the smoke. Dinks up, seized. Unable to bring across the kill. Oh, Akil snuck past his counterpart towards A. I didn't even catch that, and you can see For the Win perfectly set to pounce behind it. Akil with 2. Diaz again, going to be the man to fall. I feel so bad for him. Well, For the Win, have a bomb plant, a lot of space. But they don't have firepower, and they don't really have that much armor. Dilades with the opener. Oh, Kisei as well. Just shrinking this map, and it's just Story now, and he's taken out as well by Caesar Sorp. So Singularity keep it healthy again, moving into the very last stage of this half For the Win again. Bomb plant, but they just can't seem to hold in these post-plant situations. All right, we've got another round. For the Win, have a bye. If they can win these last 2 rounds, they can definitely come back into things, but the way that Singularity have been playing, I wouldn't put the odds in their favor. Seems taking Aradose out in middle. Celta as well. Oh, this is so suffocating. Double up setup. First time we've seen it. Oh, Illidan's so prepared for that boost. Man, For the Win, just one step behind at every situation. Again, not considering the boost. Akil 1 versus 5, round 14, and can't get anything. Clax will swing and take him out 12-2. This is dominating from Singularity. 6-round streak. This is For the Win's map pick. For those of you at home, there is diminishing opportunities for them to come back into the game. Man, this is tough. For the Win are actually ranked a little bit higher. But honestly, Singularity look revitalized with their new players. Celta with 6 gets flashed in. Only get 1 though from that engagement. Ujerks throwing the bomb back. He can plan. I'm going to try and make some space, but Seized is going to remove another player. They might even go for the smoke push here. Akil, ready? Oh, okay. For the Win. 3 versus 2. Dilla, Dez, and Kisei. Needs to do it all. Akil with a second kill though. And there you go, 12-3 at the end of the half. Dominating performance from Singularity, but it's not all over just yet. There is a 3-round buffer For the Win to come back into things, and this is their map pick, so maybe they've got something special in store for us, but right now I think we're going to take a very quick ad break. Well, back after that ad break, a little time to rest, recuperate, and take in the end of that first half. And honestly, you might have been mistaken for thinking that was the end of the whole game because Singularity came out of the hatches swinging 12 rounds of one on their CT side. And I think, for the win, have really been put on watch. This was their map pick, and Singularity look like they've done their research. They've warmed up well into the game, and they're looking hot and raring to go. Only need to win 4 rounds on their T side to pick up the map. But honestly, Ancient, very CT sided map right now. That can change at any moment. It very much depends on the teams that are in the server. But yeah, I'm just interested to see what For the Win can do on the CT side. It all starts with that pistol, though. All important round. It will determine how things rock up at the start of this second half. For the Win on the CT side, I'm sure the teams at the top will change momentarily. Just a little bit of lag from Lexicrin, so it's always the case. There you go. Rough start for the win, but it can always be made up right here. Heavy stack in middle. Singularity, though, looking to move towards B with 1.5 sets of utility. They are very slow, though. Oh, that's an unfortunate story. Can't really connect at all, but they get info. Oh, you can see Singularity. They're taking so much space away. Akil on the fadeaway picks up 2. The execute might be coming through, but with a 2-man advantage, you might stack the odds in the favor of For the Win. No kit though, so as the smokes are up, the bomb needs to get planted, and then the retake is on. No flank to come through. All 5 players coming from the CT side. Oh, and there's an engagement at long. Look at these Singularity players. They want to swing into them, taking the fight, but not going to win any of them. Just seized. The seasoned veteran, the IGL, left to pick up things and can't do much else. For the win, they do pick up the pistol, and so they do have a chance.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists
Small chance, but they've got one. Nice setup in the end from For the Win. Could have swung back and forth, honestly, with the jostling of the 2 teams in middle, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Singularity, they are going to force up, so we are entering the Force Buy Wars. The plant does give them the extra cash to do so. 4 Galils and a full set of utility in the hands of Dorper. Nice utility from Ujerx, though, was there to meet them, though. Singularity making their slow progression, taking a almost Na'Vi-esque approach to this round. Very slow and methodical, just outweighting the utility, but taking a lot of space in middle. Akil does spot a player and will forfeit some space, allowing his teammate to take up that avenue of the defense. Oh, a flash peek. No one there to meet him, but 2 CTs will swing and slowly pick up the kill. Axe, but in middle, that's Akil falling. Story trying to hem the bleeding, but he can't do much, and Seized has ripped 2 players out of the server. 2 versus 4 on the cards. Iwiax and Arodose trying to recover the difference that their teammates dropped. Slow progression from Iwiax. Spots out the player though on the jiggle. Tries to bait out the swing, but unfortunate there. Arrows Dose now 1 versus 3 times ticking down. No kit. I think that's done and dusted. Singularity moved to a 13th, so they win the second round, mirroring the success of For the Win. Now things get real awkward. For the win, need to force into this. They won't have much to work with, though. That's unfortunate. I think Ahil falling right here is where things really fell apart. Seas, you can see, just tapping away with his experience, and that helps to pull things across the line. Force does come through for the win, but this is looking real dire right now. Well, 2 players in Donut. A-Execute comes through. Singularity looking to bound their way over to the site that they haven't really tested yet. With full guns at least. Here we are with a Deagle. Arrows Dorsey with 2, 1 through the smoke. He has again the victim of some bullets. Z's trying to answer back, and that's a 3k for him. Clax now 1 versus 2 clutch off the back of C's handiwork. For the win, set up well for a bait and switch, but can be undone, and Clax is a really good player. Oh, there's the first, and he's expecting the swing, but Akhil gets the timing, and that's all he needs for a 5th round. But with only 1 player alive, this CT side isn't out of the waters just yet. You might even see Singularity force up into this. Ados Dorsey, instrumental through the smoke, but Clax making things real awkward. And there you go. Yeah, absolutely. Singularity will be forcing up, so force by walls aren't done and dusted just yet. Oh, this could be a B rush. For the win, they're not expecting this. They're caught off guard. The entry, Diladez will pick it up in the end. Diaz and Yerks taking it out. Oh, Diladez taking so much space, but can't pick up the kill. Story got that. Could have made a case. T's though, knocked down very low and out. 3 versus 3. Story has the kit. 2 AKs on the board as well. This is doable, but again, looking to be quite costly for the win. Smoke on ramp. Will go very deep. Story though over the smoke. That's a perfect boost. Story, the man of the hour, picks up 3 on this retake, and Akhil will help him with 2 of his own, but yeah, without Story getting those openers and cracking the site open, I don't think for the win that. 6 rounds though. They'll be happy enough to collect a few more. Now you should see Singularity saving, but who knows, honestly. A few pistols, 1 bit of armor. There you go. Quick replay for your viewing pleasure. Maybe a couple of Deagle 1-tap headshots. We'll see. Oh, through the molly. Clax. Risking it all for the biscuit. I'd like to see that. Not going to connect, though. Oh, Diaz caught off guard again. Singularity have really taken Diaz out of the server. 3 to 19. I'm sorry to laugh, but that's so unfortunate for the man. He just can't catch a break. Well, for the win, make that one clean. The MP9 farming up some money before upgrading. 7 rounds now on the board for the win. Looking to make it respectable. This was 12-3 at the end of the half, remember. Singularity picked up the round after the pistol, but it's been for the win from that point onwards. Nice MP9 spray control. Okay. A lot of B aggression from the T side in this instance, but Akhil is here to meet them. Not going to spot anyone just yet, and that's an unfortunate timing. That might be a bit of misinformation passed along. Oh, the molly. The molly is perfect. Akhil just needs a good flash, and there you go. Peeks in. Doesn't spot anyone still. Singularity are just avoiding him like the plague. Control forfeited over. Slow progression again from Singularity. But it's a nice measured approach. You can feel like they're in control a lot of the way. Up until it gets to those post-plant situations. Oh, they're so prepared for it, Singularity. Pick up both kills. You don't often see the SG these days, but the SG will pick up both. Story and Arrows down also, sorry, picking up 2 of their own, and it was a 3 versus 3 for the moment. Story, though, overextending, will be punished. Almost preventing the bomb plant. Not gonna net this time. (13-7). He's going to pressure for the win into this retake. Slow approach, measured, trying to suss out, faked out the utility. Good 1-for-1 trade, and oh, the SG does it all. Kisei with an ace with the scoped up rifle, and that's going to put a 14th up for Singularity. See some of those scoped up highlights. Precise as you like. It might be slow, but if you connect in the headshots, it doesn't matter how slow the bullets come out. Just to update you guys, it's 14-7. Singularity looking to pick up map 1 of this best of 3. This is the HCG Masters. This is the regional Swiss stage. 16 teams invited. The top 8 teams will progress forward. Oh, that's an unfortunate timing. Diaz will pick up 2 kills. Now 5 and 21. And that's going to give a lot of space to his teammates, but it's a 3 versus 3. There are holes in this defense, and Singularity, no doubt, will try to find them. That's an over-rotation, and you can see just how well the fake has been sold. Bomb, though, making its way back towards A. And because of the staggered approach to that hit, for the win, are so cautious, so wary of what's going on right now. Akhil trying to search for some info, and it seems like these players are going to go back-to-back. Arrow picking up the A-site aggressor. Akhil again onto Diladez, and so Kisei has to clutch up with the SG like he did in the last round. 1 versus 3 without the bomb being planted, though, is a bit of a harder task. 25 seconds. Pushing for space. The timings could work in his favor. Oh, look at the situational setup, though. Arrow catching him off guard, and that's a win for the win. 14-8. Looking prospectively for a 9th round. Singularity is struggling to string T-side rounds together. Over the smoke again. Well, round 23. Just a Deagle upgrade. Smoke taken out. Akhil almost stringing 2 together. A-site progression from Singularity. Trying to put a 15th on the board, at least locking that overtime, but for the winner, making it hard. 12-3 at the end of the half, don't forget. So for the win, making it respectable at least. Oh, that nade. Arrows does stay connecting the dots, and the bullets are going to connect into the dots of these Singularity players. 9-14 now as For the win, start to build up ahead of steam, start to come back into this. I'm wondering at what point Singularity call a pause and try and suss out how they want to approach this, because it's not like For the Win have had, you know, miraculous AWP plays or wild clutches. It's just really been, you know, individual plays from Aros Dose, Story, Ahil even. You know, all of these players are starting to come into the game now. Diaz still struggling a little bit, but we can forgive him. Oh, great peek hit. Trying to abuse Diaz, but he's good for two. Maybe even a third. Nice flash from Story to help him out, and that stifled this aggression. Calm down on the site, so no retreat either. Diaz finally into the server. Nice idea from Singularity. Try and target a player that you've taken advantage of on many occasions, but not going to work out in this round, at least so far. 2 versus 4 still on the cards, a minute to work with. Klax and Kise, 2 of the best players from this squad, although still a tough task. That boost is not going to get caught off guard. Kise. Oh, flash pushing. And there you go, the boost chimes in. Yes. See, given some kills, and that's an ace. The lowest fragger on the board, picking up all 5 kills onto Singularity to put a 10th up for the win. So he has 5 kills to start out that round. Picks up 5 and props himself up to 10. Doubled his kills in that one round. Ahil though, opening up things in the middle. Singularity pressuring, hey. Arrows Dose good for the first and the second. Lining them up and knocking them down. Or the nade. There's so much chip damage, but Klax picks up a kill. Ilya taken out. Story swinging. That'll be the end of his story. Now Kise has an ace to his name of himself, but won't be getting anything done in this round. Aros does say 3 kills to halt the aggression, 11 to 14. This is creeping into a comeback bit by bit. Singularity looking like they have no answers. We might have a game on our hands. Oh, that's an unfortunate molly landing, but... Oh! Zelta dies through the molly and Cubby. Story with the AWP, and that's a really strong opener for the win. Setting themselves up perfectly, and oh, if they aggress behind this... Without realizing it, For the Win have cut Singularity off from the bomb. Diladez could be caught off guard here. And indeed, he is. Diaz, the man with the ace previous, picks up his first in this round. Klax, you can pick up as much space in the as you want in middle, but this is looking like a done deal. The double bedroom setup be enough to best any AWP, and you can see Iriax baited in by his teammate standing opposite Diaz. That's so unfortunate. And you can see when they're Claxton, they know exactly where he is. Shots closes. They smell blood in the water, and Diaz with the spray around the corner connects. 12 to 14 for the win. Really are coming back into this. This is their map pick. And that would be such an emotional loss for Singularity. Putting 14 up So many rounds ago, 5 of them, and they've yet to put another round on the board. Only 2 T-side rounds so far. With 4 players alive last round, you can see the economy situation for the win is going to be pretty Gucci for at least the initial remainder of the half. Yerk's utility goes a miss. It seems as though Singularity want to continue to pressure this B site. Again, I don't blame them, but they've been unable to deal with DS right now. Smoke buys a lot of space, though. No counter utility. I think Singularity were hoping for some initial engagements so they could trade out together and perhaps steal a round away, but not to be. Klax not quite fast enough for the mid jump boost, or jump peak, sorry. And the double bedroom setup again for the win, favoring this kind of setup. There's the B exec. Smokes, Molly's flying over, even a flash, and that will be everything. All the utility gone from the T side. Yeah, locking things down only with 1. Teammate tries to help out. Ouya, so locking things down. He's got 3, and it's all onto Kise. He can retrieve a rifle, but the smokes are fading. 16 seconds, and that's it. It's all done and dusted, 13 to 14. Singularity really do seem flustered right now. You would not expect it with this being 12-3 at the half, but this is looking like it's heating up. Middle utility traded. Chess battle gonna be won by for the win. You can see Singularity changing their pace, changing their tune. Instead moving towards A. Really had not a lot of luck here with Aras locking things down from behind the site. They've not had an answer for him. A good Molotov would do the trick, but Story is the first obstacle they have to overcome. Might see an AWP versus AWP situation here. It's not often that you get to see it, but... Oh, Story will be fast enough for the first. Should be mollied out of position. There you go. Needs to forfeit some space. Smoke's down, and the timing's not going to match him. Dillade's legged. Aras Dose, though. The man with the plan. Oh, with the killer nade. And there's the molly I was talking about, but Iriax has rotated in and has helped out in bucket loads. So tough for Singularity. And there you go. For the win, have drawn things up. 14 rounds on the board. Can't pick up the AWP, but it doesn't matter. They can just drop one over. Singularity, they just have not been able to come up with any solutions to this defense. So dominating from both of these sides on CT. That's a lot of utility expended from for the win early on in the round. Story with the opener. Oh, Ahil wins the middle engagement as well. Klax, good kind of timing. Oh, but he's spotted out Ahil with 2, locking down middle for the win. They're on the precipice of putting a 50 on the board, and what an upset it would be. The 2 new players from Singularity left to pick up the pieces that their teammates have left. Rough spot. Oh, Celta can't do anything. Just Kise now. 1 versus 5. He's had an ace already, but I don't think he's got another ace on the team. And there you go, 15 EUX will lock it in for the win on their own map pick, looking to win 16-14 after a 12-3 half. 8 rounds on the bounce. Looking to put a 9th up, and Singularity knocking on death's door, just trying to lock in overtime. I want to say this has been so back and forth, but it hasn't. It's just been a one-sided story. CT side strong, and that's about it. C's trying to game time whatever he can. Akhil again locking down middle. Story with the AWP and Diaz doubling up. Man, the change of pace isn't going to be fortuitous for Seized and Gang in Singularity, but the A site has opened up. Arrow's Dorset is going to hear this. He has A. Man, this is going to be so awkward and dependent on timing. That's the bomb pushing in. The bomb goes down, and exactly like that, it's going to make things so awkward. Now you can see the chaining Molotovs. Blacks can't do anything. Diaz rotating over. Sees now 1 versus 4. This is looking like a 16-14 for the win, making the comeback of all comebacks. Seized with an opener though. 3 players to find and being flashed off. That's going to be it. Well, what a game for the win. Besting Singularity after a 12-3 first half. To then go onto your own CT side as for the win and put up a 13-1 half, even 2 half, sorry. That's such an incredible comeback, and I think we need some time to rest, recuperate, and get ready for the next map overpass, which will be Singularities. And man, I did not expect that. I guess I'll see you guys after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, we just closed out Ancient, the first map of this best of three, for the win, picking up their map pick as close as he can get it, 16-14, well, barring overtime. Now, we're going to look forward towards Overpass, which is going to be Singularity's map pick, and honestly, I'm interested about how they're going to approach this one, especially considering the close nature in which they lost Ancient. You know, I think 12-3 at the end of the first half really should have led to them winning, and they just kind of looked petered out, defeated by the end of Ancient. Of course, you know, the key players might be Story and Akil for some, but for me, it's really the resurgence of Diaz and Aros Dose, sorry, coming back into the game and locking down the extremities of the site that really brought it back for the win, and that kind of pushed them across the line. But yeah, now we're going to be looking towards Overpass. Don't know what to expect from these two teams, whether they've practiced it very much or whatnot. But yeah, just really excited to see what I can get out of these AWPers again. I think Inferno, we saw a lot of openers from Story, especially in the second half, but we didn't get to see much of T-side AWPing from Kisei. But on Overpass, that's going to be very much a different story, different case, if you pardon the pun. And yeah, you should see a good rivalry, a good battle of the AWPers. And I think C's traditionally has called it a pretty good Overpass in his many years of experience with the map in the map pool. So yeah, just going to be hopping into the game very shortly as I kind of rattle things off and continue to go over things. Right now, it really seems like the case that if that Diaz and Aros Dose can lock down the extremities and be those anchors that we saw in the second half of the previous game, then you might see a tough tough game in the hands of Singularity, but this is Singularity's map pick. You can't forget that. You know, they really pushed for the win to the edge, 16-14 on, you know, a map pick that they might have expected, but at the same time, you know, they might have only had limited preparation with 2 new players. Anyway, we are going to be hopping into the matchup in very, very short succession. And as I say that, you know, the Russian squad, they're going to have a tall task ahead of them because it seems like both of these sides are fairly CT heavy, at least in their approach and their success. Well, especially the success considering the first matchup. But again, it's a different beast, Overpass. Not as CT sided, definitely more avenues of advance, especially on the T side. You know, you can mesh up connector, and there you go, nice little graphic to throw us straight into the game. Pistol round for the win. Trying to close things out in a 2-0 fashion. Singularity trying to pull it back. No kits on the CT side. Singularity with Seltzer and Kisei with some utility. Looks like they've got something special prepared. Kisei using that nade over towards A. Trying to sell the fake. Look at his short aggression. Oh, the CT side is just demolished. 2 players seized. The walkout monster, but the timing's not going to match him. Able to adjust. Neither player going down. Oh, really? Seized. Cracks the site open. Makes a lot of space for his teammates to use, but... well, there's only one of them left. Kisei trying to sell the A fate. Won't get anything else done. Ahil with a 3k on the site, and that's the first round for the win. Well, Singularity without a bomb plant, they aren't going to go for that force. And that's a wise decision. Story does get a scout, limited utility, but with just the Glocks on the board, you wouldn't expect too much success out of Singularity. Singularity throwing bodies at the problem, but Ahil is going to tap them down through the wood. Flash doesn't even connect. Seas can't get anything done. And there you go, quick cleanup. 5 players alive. Ahil again with another 3k. Nice start for him. And he seemed to be, you know, a key performer from the previous map. So if he's going to continue that form, you might start to get worried. Singularity, though, back on the buy. Important gun round to start things off. Kisei, SG, he's been a fan of that weapon. Interesting. Definitely not the current meta, but you can try and make it. For the win. Potentially looking for the boost, but won't be able to find it. Actually, they're giving a lot of space to Singularity. And they're going to go for a stack towards B. That's interesting. Seltzer, so prepared for the boost. And now you can see the A site being called into question. The Lurk smoke thrown over, and that's going to pull the rotations. Just one player left towards B. War of attrition on the A site. Singularity progressing very slowly. Oh, gives time for the win to beat them, but Dilladez 3k on the site just eliminates everything and everyone. Aros Dose, he's an outstanding, spectacular 4k to win this round with a FAMAS. I'm going to say it's not going to happen, but you know what? I've been haunted by Castle 4k from Dilladez, though, ending out. And that will be Singularity with their first round on the board. for the win. Going to be taking a brief break from purchasing heavily. Just some nades utility. Might go for a nade stack towards A or connector. Interesting. Oh, it does seem as though they're going to nade down Fountain. Kisek with the SG. A hailstorm of nades in his direction, and the bomb's just around the corner. Well, the molly will halt the aggression, but that could have got very risky indeed. You can see, look at this rotation. Both teams scrambling towards the B site. Who can get there first? Nice transition. Looking at the pillar. And there you go. You can see Singularity make it there first. First past the post, and they will be locking for the win out for the time being. Celta not long for this world. Back. Gets 2 of his own. Traded up by Story, and that will be it. 2-2 at the scoreline. Singularity not phased, but now is the gun round. Speckled spray from Celta, not going to connect with Dilladez, dependent as ever. I've got to say, he's been one of the most outstanding players on this Singularity squad. I watched a couple of their games, and he's always good old dependable. At least from what I've seen. Entering up towards long. No one here from for the win, so he could take away a lot. Nice utility to force Story back though, and Dilladez. He's creeping his way up long. Story could be caught off guard if Singularity are slowing their progression up Banana. Diaz. They're trying to bait him in. I think they're somewhat aware of his presence. And oh, nice flash. Tries to tag down a player behind the bench. Not going to connect until finally he does. C's ripped out the server, but look at this. Dilladez. Not even needed. Kisei removed. A site is Singularities unless Diaz can pull off something spectacular in connector. Oh, the timing. There you go. That's the bomb. Dropped. Awkward for Singularity now. They have A site control, but they could be wrapped upon at any moment. Trying to go for some more. Oh, nice adjustment. And that's 2. That's killer. Absolutely key. Celta catching off Diaz as well. Unbeknownst to him. Singularity playing very well individually, baiting off each other, and for the win, just caught off guard. Unfortunate.
Bomb has been planted.
I'm going to give my voice some respite. Arrows does it. Going to say this M4, so just let my voice rest a little bit. Second best of 3 for me today, so apologies for that. For the win, of course. Trying to close this out 2-0. Not having the best of starts after the pistol win. Singularity showing why they picked into this map. Alright, now the dust has settled. Diaz. He could have been really instrumental there. Story caught off guard. Dilladez, though, outstanding performer. Cracking open the A site. Celta baiting off him perfectly, and you can see just how hard it can be to counter that kind of play. Oh, unfortunate. Diaz misses his molly. Sure, that's a favourable fight to be taking, my friend, but not going to be punished for it. It does get Arrows Dosse into a really advanced position, though. Only rifle on the CT side. Singularity, though, they gamble towards the correct site. There is the chance of the lurk through connector or some other cheeky antics coming through. Akhil, though, sneaks past the post. Oh, they don't consider him. There's a double dink. That's all he gets, though. Traded instantly. This round is said and done with.
Bomb has been planted.
Pistols are close. Trying to get some exit frags. I don't blame them, but still going to be tough. Oh. Why your black smoke, man? Not going to be too big of a problem, though. Although, Singularity, they need to find a way off the site. That's able to take 2 players out, but he's going to go down. Ilias can't retrieve the AK arrows, Dorset. Saving the M4 into the next round, and we fall into a 2-4 scoreline. Guns juggle around on the CT side. No AWPs in play. Story not been able to be too impactful with one so far, but I don't know. We'll see if that decision is punished. Synchronous double mollies towards Fountain. And this chess battle of utility towards A is something that For the Win need to be on top of. If they take fights and warranted like Agil is doing, but they're able to escape with it, then they'll have a good time. But there's always the risk that becomes associated with doing plays like that. 4 versus 5 though. Singularity with a man deficit right now. Replenishment of the monster smoke. That's such a nice lineup. Counter nade, nice idea. Not going to connect anything, and oh, this is just going to be a contact play. They know Akhil is behind here. This is on a nice edge, trying to force out Arrows Dorset. Sees though, gets an entry, and that's opened the door up to rotate to the A site with 30 seconds left on the clock. Oh, Story could get caught off guard here, but he's adjustment in time. He's low, just needs to stay alive. 25 seconds. The rotations are coming through. Singularity. Time is not their friend, but they're trying to throw a fake towards A, and it's pulled the rotations. Only one player here now. Arrows Dorset. 15 seconds. Can't do anything. Bomb can get planted. Celta has it in his hand. 1 HP. Still has time to plant. Well, For the Win will win, partially due to the time left on the clock and the plays that they made, but I think Singularity got away with a little bit more than they should have there.
Bomb has been defused.
3-4 scoreline. Bomb plant will give extra funds to Singularity, and they're rolling in the dough right now. They can buy up to their heart's content as the AWP dropped over, and still no AWP for the Win. I think Kisei was a bit unfortunate not to get some AWP openers so far, but yeah, it's just a really, really key jostling of the positions. Quick A play from Singularity. Taking space away, going for a boost. They're not going to see anything, but it's just a matter of time before space is taken away from For the Win. Diaz on an island. Story stuck in connector for all intents and purposes. He could be a killer lurk, but the sound cues from Diaz, the flash, the peek, doesn't connect. That's unfortunate. Orpa rotating in to help out. Well, sorry, he was close up, wasn't he? Oh, this timing from Story. He's not going to spot anyone. They've just got past him, but you should hear the noise cues. And there you go. He has climbed in. Oh, so awkward as the battle comes through. Last two players on the A side. Singularity can rotate here, but we've seen the consequences of such actions in the rounds previous. And Uriax, oh, he's going for aggression. That's the bomb. The bomb has been dropped. That's the AWP as well. Arrows does say, now in a 1 versus 2, he has some info to work with, but 20 seconds. Needs to be looking the right way at the right time. Oh, nice try, but it is a 5th for Singularity. Seized. Good enough for that one, and for the win. Unfortunate not to take that one away. They've been getting things close. Again, some situations where they've been caught off guard. Maybe some lack of experience coming through. You see Story getting that initial pick and then starts running up bathrooms. I don't know. I don't know. Awkward, but just some invested deagles now for the win. You say with the SG. Oh, flash over the top. The pistols rip one out of the server. That is going to put Singularity on watch. For the win, so wary of this boost towards short. There won't be anything there to meet them, though. You can see the stack, though. This could get dangerous. Klax needs to be on guard right here. No flash, but timings aren't going to work out for him. 1-for-1 trade. You can see with the info that is passed along, Kise's just trying to take space away. He's trying to rotate up, but the CT side will meet him. Diaz, caught out of position, taken out. One more player close by. The Eagle, spamming away. It's always lethal, but not going to connect just yet. Singularity is so keen to wait. You can see the rotation that's come through. All 3 players on this side of the map, and you can see Singularity were going to commit. This is a mistake being punished. Time to get down low. The Eagles chipping the players down. Celta, good for 1. 15 seconds. Celta, good for 2. Arrows does say just a deagle now. Trying to slide blade. Oh, connects! But he dies. That's so unfortunate. 3-6. Singularity, lucky to escape with that one in some regard. But at the same time, they're just so prepared. They've been in that situation so many times. The experience carries them through. Fortunate timings. Story, back on the AWP. Lurking around that. He's been punished for that before. Dilladez is punished though this time. Oh, Diaz, so strong. Akhil answering back in connector as well. Story chiming in, and this has been an all fronts assault. Klax. Oh, that's awkward. Picks up the kill. Now 4 players in front of him. No avenue of escape. Look at this, 3 players pretty much sitting on the bomb for the win. Chain utility as well, and Akhil in the back line to close things out. 4-6 for the win. Start to come back into things. This is a fairly contested map considering how things were going on Ancient. Very, very strong CT sides for both these teams on that map, but here it seems Singularity's T side is besting for the moment. I mean, right now Singularity have more T side wins than both teams had on Ancient put together. Nice nade. Not going to match the timings perfectly, but does enough damage for it to be worth it. That smoke, however, is probably a little too shallow. More shallow than he would want. Not the biggest problem, though. Okay, we might see the boost come through here. We've seen For the Win be so paranoid about this previous, but it doesn't seem as though anyone's spotting for it right now. There you go, Klax picks up the kill onto Arrows Dorset. Limited util for the Win to hold off this B-site aggression, and you can see so much space being handed over to Singularity. Achil traded out Eelkirks. Trying to get a timing, but it's a 2 versus 2. The trades have been fairly even, but Story overextends, and that's a mistake, my friend. Now Diaz, 1 versus 2, could get a timing, but indeed he does, actually. He could absolutely win this out. He has info now. Unable to do anything, though. The Yorper will pick things up and retrieves the A1S. Singularity not on the healthiest buy after picking up that round. Both teams, though, don't have the healthiest economy. Round 12. Heavy investment from both teams. Singularity going for a B lean. This is a heaven smoke from Kiso. Arrows Dose, not good enough for any. Heavily damaging players up. Agil will clean up, but Herx is there to help him out on twin. Sees, though, the experience coming through. Can lock in that bomb plant, and oh, you might see CT side boost. Herx will be the man boosted up. Doesn't see anything. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Now both these remaining CT side players are known about, and you can see already starting to save. So Singularity will put an 8th on the board. Very strong T side from them so far. I'm going to hesitantly say that this is looking like we're heading to nuke. Second freeze time for both teams to consider their options. Some lovely replays. Interesting approach for the win. They're going to partially invest behind the rifles. Just try and see if they can steal around away. Deagle opener here would be a good start, but Klax instead going to be the one to answer over towards B, and things are falling apart. Just Arrows Dorse. Correction, just Arrows Dorse left alive now. Nothing went right for the win right there. Nothing will continue to go right. 9-4. Singularity looking strong on their T side. Seized, calling a nice set of plays. Helped, of course, by some pretty big individual plays, and also keeping the CT side economy questionable throughout. Nade's not going to connect. Nice idea. Achil, though, will will connect onto a monster player, pushing through short. Singularity trying to take some space away from A in retaliation from the B aggression, but this is looking somewhat precarious. Diaz playing with fire right now. Story as well with the orb. Very, very close in tow. But you can see they're being rewarded for it. Story goes for the aggression. That's the only player. Diaz spots that he's the only player there, and there's a quick rotation. Singularity have been figured out. They might forfeit from time. Aros 2 kills through short. Nice from him. Delta with 1.5 to end things out, but it's a 5th round on the board for the win. Looking like a potential 9-6 at the end of the half, but we'll have to wait to see what these teams do. Iriax going for some aggressions towards Fountain. Not going to be rewarded, and Diaz takes short control, so a lot to work with from for the win, but it seems as though they're going to stack towards the B site. The execute. Oh, stifled by Arrows Dorsey. Almost picking up every single player, but Diaz will help him out. 6-9 to end the half. Singularity with the lead, but for the win, not out of it just yet. And I believe, to take a brief bit of respite for my voice and for you guys to fully digest that first half, I believe we're going to take a very short ad break. Welcome back. 6-9 at the end of the first half of Overpass. Singularity looking like they're steaming ahead. We will be hopping straight into the game very, very, very soon. But just to give you a brief recap for the win, had a decent enough CT side, a little bit stifled by the slow play of Singularity, a couple of swing rounds not going in their favor, unfortunately. But yeah, on the side of Singularity, I think they'll be happy with their performance so far, setting themselves up perfectly to run away with things on their CT side and push things to nuke, which my voice is not very happy about. But you know what? We love to see some great Counter-Strike action. And speaking of some great Counter-Strike action, we should be hopping through very, very soon. But yeah, honestly, very impressed with both of these squads. There were some question marks coming into this tournament. And I think slowly but surely we're getting those question marks answered. Now, pistol round, important as ever. Both of these squads want to pick it up. You can see some utility being brought up for the win. Just a smoke and a flash. Singularity, kit flash from them, and they're going for a very, very heavy A lean. Only going to meet one player here. Oh no. They're going through connector, and this is a quick rotation setup. Oh, they are leaning towards B. Not expecting so many players in connector, but that's a bomb. Arrows Dorsey cannot go down that hill. Story punished for his aggression towards A. This could all fall apart. Ariel there to back up his teammate. Oh, nice pick from Arrows Dorsey, and it's awkward, but they get the kills. 3 versus 2 seized, and Kisei need to pick up the pieces from their teammates' demise. There you go, you can see it's going to be towards the B side. Diaz with a lovely connection onto Seized's face. And, well, I don't think Seized is going to be very happy with that one. Just Kisei now. 1 versus 3. He doesn't really have a shout in this round. He's not taking any damage. He can upgrade to the P250, so will be, you know, a very cheap investment to upgrade his armor into the next round if he so decides to do so. I would hesitantly say that would spur Singularity into going for a force buy, but we'll wait to see what happens. Do they go for the force buy? Yes or no? Yes, they do. This is going to be interesting. Singularity putting it all on the line right here for the win. Going for the Galil stack. Arrows Dorsey with the AK. Diaz with the Mach 10. And that's a connection with the scout. No real rebuttal. Oh, the nade. So very close to doing significant damage, but not to be. And you can see straight from that initial shot, for the win, realize it's a force buy, and they suddenly need to take this round very, very differently to how I think they were going to approach things. Taking space around bathrooms. And this short lean towards Singularity, or from Singularity, does mean they can have a quick rotation in tow, but you can see for the win, just taking stock of bathrooms right now. I love this buy from Clax, the dualies. Not the most effective gun for this job, but oh, I love this boost. This is so much info passed along. It's a tower of power from Singularity, but the rotation of the motion needs to come through pretty soon. That smoke might lead to a false sense of security, and well, there's another smoke towards long, so a brief bit of respite, but for the win of collapsing onto this A site, and you can see that security is indeed false. Getting all the kills that they require. Many players tagged down low, but Diladez with a FAMAS is going to have a tall task ahead of him. Decides not even to peek, and that's a wise decision. 3 players watching. Trying to retain the FAMAS as the hunt pursues him. Able to escape. Unfortunate though, because that was a force from Singularity, so not the best standing moving forward. Singularity. Oh, just don't notice this push out the monster. Unfortunate. All 3 players falling. Dilladez just needs to hold his FAMAS for 1 more round.
Bomb has been planted.
Kisa could go for exits, but it's not a favorable fight. It's game time. Again, for the win. Hunting for anything, but... Oh, they do get it. That's the FAMAS and the USP player taken out, so... It will be a purchase from Singularity here nonetheless, but they would have hoped to have kept the FAMAS in play, and that would have allowed for a healthier buy in terms of utility. For the win, they've come back into things though. 3 rounds on the bounce to open things up. Singularity yet to post a CT side round yet. Awkward bathrooms control. Clacks pressured. Smoke fading, 2 players in front of him, and gets nothing for his trouble. Kisa. Oh, not going to connect, and that's unfortunate. He needs rotations, he needs some help. This monster push is going to be destroyed and demolished. Just Celta left with 3 HP and a dream.
Bomb has been planted.
For the win. Gonna take the lead. And it seems like a reversal of the previous matchup. Ancient, of course, CT dominated, but now both of these teams looking like they're more comfortable on the T side of Overpass, so interesting change of pace.
Terrorists win.
Turn to 9 at round 20. 10 more rounds in regulation. Singularity trying to put things on the board to push things to the 3rd and final map of this best of 3 on Nuke. For the win, trying to close out in 2. This is Singularity's map pick. And that's a good start for the win. Partial investment from Singularity, so probably not too much of a threat. Oh, Zeus. Keep an eye on that one. For the win. Gonna circumnavigate the CT defense for the time being. The rotation's coming through though. Probably won't meet them in time. And the B site has been lost. Yes, locking things down, traded immediately. And there you go. All done and dusted. 11 to 9 for the win, moving forward. That's a 5-round win streak now. finally, Singularity get to invest into this round. Single AWP setup from both of these sides. Apologies for my lack of talking. I've been talking for 6 hours or something now. My voice is about to give out, and we've got the same thing tomorrow, so hope you're ready to enjoy that spectacle. But round 21, Singularity down 11-9, but it can all change right here. Patient play from Keith. Just trusting his teammates to hold his escape route. Reliant, pretty much. Oh no. Akhil catches him off guard, and that's not a start that you want to have if you're a Singularity fan. Double long setup from Singularity. They're going to go for more. It's 2-2 on the extremities of the map, in fact. And for the win, are trying to circumnavigate this, but they're unsure of what to make of the space that they've got right now. Oh, Diaz sussed it out, takes it out, and that's going to be 2 kills. Ilyurks even with the lurk onto A, and Klax has to pick up the pieces of his decimated teammates. No idea what just happened.
Bomb has been planted.
And in the blink of an eye, he just has to save. Game time as he tries to retain this M4. He will sneak in between the hunt for now. Oh, they consider it. The flash. The drop. And the kill. Well, that's rough. Oh, nice entry from Akhil. I'm not sure how he managed to catch the AWP off guard there, but you see him closing things out. Nice flash timing for the win to force him to look the other way. And then a trade. Okay, there was a pause from Singularity. Just trying to reconsider their options, see if they go for the forced investment or not. I think in the end, with the loss streak that they've accrued, they could have probably invested a bit heavier. There you go. A couple of deagles and stuff. This is probably the right choice. They'll have enough money to buy fully into the next. And they also have enough bits of firepower and nades to steal around away if they connect their shots unlike that. No A-site defense from Singularity, stacking towards B. And for the win have just absolutely outcalled this defense so far. 6 rounds in a row on this T side. Singularity have yet to put any sort of formidable defense to put around on the board. Of course, in the previous map, Singularity overcame a 12-3 half to come back into things. So it's not all over just yet, but it's definitely not an easy task. Ouya got guard by Steves. Traded, but it is a 3-on-3. For the win, vacate the site. Smart choice. The Eagles need to connect. There's the first. Not going to be the second. Tapping. Caught that timing. Delta. Unfortunate. Akhil with 3. And that's 13 on the board. 7 rounds on the dot. For the win, just running away with things. And they are looking to close out 2-0. Singularity, I've got to be, truthful and say I'm surprised to say that, they're a good squad. They've just not been able to really put anything together. Unfortunate for them. Just been unfortunate, that For the Win haven't walked into any of the stacks that they've created, or even when they have, they found timings or, windows of opportunity, again, like that. Nice flash peek, good idea. No one there to meet it. Uyerks with an opener, traded out. Oh, Celta playing with his food. Takes down another. Flashed. Oh, counter flash. That was awkward. 2 versus 1. Clax trying to prevent For the Win from getting a 14th round, but For the Win don't have the bomb. Choosing to regroup. Clax isn't going to be aware that the bomb is here unless he goes across the bridge. And there you go. He should have the info now. Oh, that's perfect. Has the info. Can't connect the dots. Akhil puts the 14th on the board, and man, that's rough. Akhil, the new addition, absolutely standing strong. 27 and 12. This man has had an outstanding series. Six to 9 at the end of the half. Singularity yet to put a single CT round on the board, and they're running out of opportunities to do so. Round 24 though, they'll give it a crack. Full investment. Absolutely nothing in reserve. No kits. So looking to stop the aggression before it even gets to a site. This is so awkward for Clax. He can't watch 2 angles at once, and he should be retreating. But look at this. Look at this timing. For the Win have absolutely caught Singularity, but the timing from the rotation players could be key. And oh no, it's all wrong. The A-site defense, all 3 players been taken out of the equation. That's going to be a 15th on the board. And that's such a disastrous round to lose. You've got to feel for Singularity a little bit there. Ugh, that's such an unlucky timing. There's taken out, can't kill Akhil. 5 HP, and that's confidence play right there. Man. Celta just needs to keep this AK into the next. There is no significant, rifle opportunity otherwise. Oh no. Well, it goes from bad to worse. 9 rounds in a row for the Win on their T side. Complete reversal compared to Ancient, but For the Win, seems to be something about them and getting 9 rounds in a row in the second half of their matchup today. Players just fragging out. To start things off, Singularity went 12-3 up on Ancient. That was For the Win's map pick. They end up losing that 16-14, and then yeah, I don't know. Singularity just can't do anything in second half today. It's unfortunate. Seized, taken out of the equation. Akhil so prepared for that kind of a push. Man, oh man. My oh my. What do you even do? Armchair IGLs at home, what do you think? Monster aggression. It's completely sussed out. Arrows does say. Prepared for the second, but doesn't win the engagement. That's bomb dropped. So there's a hope that they can win this 2-on-4. But they relinquish control. And it will be a B finish. Singularity rotating away from it, though. Well, you can smell the blood in the water. Celta just delaying the inevitable at this point, tapping down with the FAMAS
Has been planted.
for the win, looking to close things 2-0. 16-14 on Ancient, and now set to be 16-9 on Overpass. Unfortunate for Singularity, they've put on a really good showing today. They do have two new players. Well, both of these teams have two new players, so close affair.
Terrorists win.
All things said and done. There you go. It is locked in for the win. Progressing forward with 2 wins to their name, or yeah, 2 map wins to their name. Um, yeah, I don't know what to make of that other than for the win, just coming up clutch when it matters most. But yeah, that's been it from me today. You'll have someone else taking over the reins for the rest of the evening. You'll catch me again tomorrow from 9 o'clock UK time, 10 o'clock CET. But yeah, I guess I'll throw it straight to ads and save my voice any more trouble. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.